Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the 116 Life on Holy Culture Radio, Sirius Channel 154. I'm here with my homie, my nephew, my dog, the incomparable, the amazing, Atlanta's West Side's own BigBreeze, y'all. What's up? What's up?
Hey, man. What's happening? What's happening, man?
What's up, man?
Feel good. Hey, I'm back home.
Back home.
Been on the road, bro. So, yeah, Leo, it's so good.
We were just talking about that road life.
It's crazy.
I feel like, I don't know how you do it, how artists do it. It seems just a lot, you know?
You know, it's like my first real time. Like this, thank God I've been touring the whole summer because I did a tour before the Hovey tour.
Invasion tour too, right?
Yeah, so that was like kind of getting my feet wet. And then the Hovey tour just, man.
It's that real. You gotta be.
It's that real one. Like you got to be really mentally there, and ready to go, like spiritually too. So
yeah, you've been killing though. I mean, I've seen you on a few stops. I seen you in New York. You was killing, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Had them rocking, man.
New York was crazy.
You looking good though, man. You know, you always stay fly. You know what I'm saying? Man, haircut, crispy.
I try. You gotta be holy and fresh, man. You feel me?
What if you holy but you ain't fresh? Do you get a?
That's just you. But I know me. I want to be fresh and I'm holy. So
I feel like if you are holy, you know, being fresh is okay. It's like it's all good. I mean, some people be super religious with it. They be like on some like, man, why you got these chains on, these jewels on?
Right.
What do you be saying to those kind of people, man?
I tell them this me. I feel like God took me from the world, from what I used to like in the world.
Right.
And he said, what you like in the world, I can make good for my kingdom. And I tell people that even with the brand Rich Christian, people be so confused, like, oh, you talking money, ooh. Okay, it's okay to be you wealthy and you love Christ, but this ain't even about that.
For sure.
It's really about like how when you wake up, when you feeling rich, bro, and not money, you're feeling good. So I want to be rich in the spirit. I want to be rich in the blood. I want to be rich in my word. I want to be overflowing with that. I want to be overflowing with the blood to the point I can't even like be upset. I can't be sad because I'm just rich in the spirit. I'm a rich Christian.
Hey, talk about it, man.
For real.
You don't want to be a poor Christian.
Nah, you don't.
Or poor in the things that God needs you to be rich in type vibe.
You feel me? When you got a poor spirit, it rubs people wrong. It shows. It's like, and it puts you in a place where you can't really see him for who he is. If that makes sense.
No, and for all my Bible nerds, I know you're gonna go to the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit, and living that, talking about that. So the context is king.
Facts.
But yeah, man. Definitely, man. It's good to have you on, man. We obviously like fam, so we can just this is us on a regular like any day, just chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So, but for the people who don't know you, who have been living under a rock, who are, if you tapped into Christian hip hop and you don't know BigBreeze, let me put you on, but you kind of late, real spill.
Right.
Tell the people what you do, where you from, just a little bit about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Man, so I'm a Christian, gospel, whatever you want to do, I do it for Jesus. I rap for Jesus. I come from the Atlanta, the West Side. Like, I grew up on Kelvington, grew up off of Bankhead, went to middle school in both of those areas, went to high school in both of those areas. APS baby, if you want to say it. Like,
for y'all, that's Atlanta Public School.
Nah, for sure,
which is a lot. That says a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
You feel me? Like, it says a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, just come from Atlanta, the West Side. I ain't grew up in church. I didn't grow up in church. So that kind of made my walk like so different from others when I first like decided to give my life to Christ.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think a lot of, obviously in our Christian hip hop space, you got some kids who like were like church kids.
Right. And
some, I ain't gonna lie, when I come across people like you who didn't really grow up with like a faith background, I'd be like, damn, you chose this.
Nah, facts.
Because it's like, it wasn't, I mean, it's not, if you in the world, sometimes the optics of Christianity don't seem really attractive. I mean, say more. I mean, what you think?
Man, I feel like, shout out to my grandparents. They sowed the seed in moments I didn't know what was going on.
For sure.
I had a mama who would send me to them to like try to keep me away from the trouble, like during the summers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So during the summer, they be reading the Bible, and I'm like, I ain't trying to hear this. I'm trying to go outside, see what's going on. But when I got older, because I was in the world, like, deep, man. I was so lost. Like, even when I look at guys nowadays, I understand what they going through because I was lost. I probably would never went to a church. Somebody would just walk out like, bro, come to church. But nah, I really heard God speak.
So you was on the west side of Atlanta. Talk about what makes the west side of Atlanta a unique place. And for me, because I can say this because I'm from Atlanta or from Gwinnett County, which is a metro Atlanta. It's a rough place.
Nah,
this is like 90. You a 90s baby.
Yeah,
and you grew up in like the west side of Atlanta before the gentrification. Really, like, you know what I'm saying. Talk about that experience.
Before like the Mercedes Benz, when it was the Georgia Dome, like when Turner Field was the baseball field, when like that's like the real west side of Atlanta. It's like really like it's a rough area because like that's just how it is, I guess, in the city. But growing up was just like ugly. I'm gonna just be real. But we made everything work. We survived. Like just survival is really your mindset.
Sure.
Like I know when you get me as a Christian now, I know it's something higher. But every morning you waking up, you just trying to survive to see the next day and whatever.
So talk about it being ugly. Maybe call out specifically what was you around and what did you see?
Oh man, it was like typical morning, man. You wake up, man. I wake up trying to see how I make some money. I'm gonna go to the trap. I'm gonna go kick it with the bros in the trap. We trying to make some money. Might walk up to the block on the store. We post on the block, just simple store. We gambling, shooting dice, just like an everyday life. And just like at a young age, getting into that. Like I remember, like in school, high school, like I had to get some shoes. Like I remember this, like first day school coming on. Like man, I gotta get some shoes, man. I'm like, I see my little partner. He serving. I'm like, bro, put me on, bro. Like I remember I bought my first little. He put me on. I'm in school just bunking, just being like money coming in so quick. So it kind of made me like, man, forget school, bro. School ain't talking about nothing, bro. I'm getting money, like, and even then, like, just where I grew up, like, you see buddy with money, he looking fly, he driving a nice car. You want that?
For sure.
Feel me? Because that's just what it is. Like you come from struggle. You're not used to having nothing, so of course I'm gonna want a nice car. I'm gonna want to be fly, I'm gonna be fresh.
What were the schools and teachers talking about?
Man,
like, cause it's like sometimes people try to like demonize kids who grew up in the inner city, like, man, the kids are falling astray. They're going the wrong way. But I'm like, if you see, I mean, what is the school environment projecting or trying to, and then when you see your homie out here, you know, having access to money, wealth, and prestige, I mean, which one would you choose? So tell me about what the school was on at the time,
man.
Bro.
School was like, for me, man, when I middle school to high school, life just really kind of changed. Like I was like, man, these females here, man, I'm about to get these females. And I start getting females, and then I start lacking in the work. The work I wasn't even really, because I feel like just the school program was just like teachers come in, come do your work. This ain't give me no type of motion. That's how I was just feeling. This ain't making me no type of money. I just start like skipping class and like trying to go make some money. I'm going to the locker room. We down there gambling, like just just the life.
You're hustling.
Just the hustle. Like just trying to like get some money on. 'Cause I know I'm about to go back in this crib and I ain't really got nothing to eat. So in order for me to eat, I need to make some money on today. You feel me? Like
it's that kind of you weren't doing what you was doing for fake or for clout, essentially.
Nah, definitely not. I feel like that is nowadays, but definitely just a survival. Like I'm trying to eat at night. I go to school sometimes. I remember crazy story. I remember I was suspended at school. I bucked and went to school because I knew I ain't had no food at home. Like I'm gonna wait till they kick me out. I'm going to school just to eat right quick. You feel me? And I'll go back, walk to the crib or something like.
Damn. So you was with. Tell me what was your family environment like? Like was it?
My mom, she worked a lot, so it's like single family home. My mama worked a lot. My brother, he older than me, so he was always if he wasn't at school, he was somewhere else. Yeah. So he ended up going out to college by the time I was like getting into my teen years. Right. So it's just like a lot of times I'm on my own trying to figure life out and like how can I have fun today? For sure. Because I ain't had like youth events, and I always tell people in the youth event, like, bro, y'all take advantage of this because it might have been around, but they wasn't telling my hood that. They weren't coming. If it was a van coming around, I probably wasn't seeing the car was somewhere. That's interesting. Because I mean, everybody, I feel like it's sometimes in the Christian circles, specifically me and some people that I'm around, and we like kiki and like, yo, the youth group, this is corny or that. Yeah. But like these youth ministries literally be saving kids' lives. Call it what you want. I mean, say more. Like what did you wish you had some of that around your neighbor? I say that all the time. Even when I talk to the bros sometimes, still I'm like, bro, if we had this, we probably wouldn't be trying to have fun, trying to go break into a car, ride around. We just trying to drive because we bored. Like we trying to make some money. We trying to do something to get around. Yeah. Like, something to take our mind off what we going through every day.
No, I feel that. Just having access to something different.
Nah, facts. Like,
and so you on the west side of Atlanta. I mean, you hanging. Are you like? Did you graduate? Are you in school or did you?
So I dropped out in like 10th grade. Like,
dang.
Cause it was just, man, I'm like, I'm finna get some money, forget school. But by the grace of God, couple years passed, and I end up like doing a program where I can graduate school, and I end up graduating. And yeah.
What made you like make a transition to like want to finish that? I mean, it seemed like you dropped out. You kind of had other plans. What made you kind of circle back and like, all right, I need to kind of.
When I circled back, that was kind of me trying to like. That's when I like heard God's voice. When I had heard God's voice, like to go to church and kind of just like, it might be something bigger out here than what I'm seeing every day.
What made you even be open to listen to God? What and how did God's voice get to you?
Bro, I'm telling you, it literally, I was in the trap just like chilling, and I was like really tired. I was just like exhausted of everything around me. My boy just had got picked up. They sent him to federal prison, gave him 36 years.
How old was he at the time?
Man, he probably like 21 maybe, like 20, you feel me?
Yeah.
Gave him 36 years, so it's like all that, just like everything going on. And I heard his voice just like, man, go to church. I'm like, what? Like, but I knew the church he was talking about because we used to trap at the gas station right across from the church. Like,
this is when Few dropped that song Church House Trap Out, I think sometimes people who not from certain spaces don't understand what that means.
Nah, facts.
But like literally you trapping at the gas station across the street from the church.
Bro, literally. And it was an actual house like right across from the church. So it was like,
it's real life.
Right, for real. Like, it's crazy.
What was your view? I'm sorry, I had cut you off a little bit. So you said you were around that church. You heard you were being pulled. You heard the voice of God. What did that church intervention moment like look like?
And it was like the first time I went, bro, I ain't even go in. I opened the door like, no, I'm tripping. Let me go back. Like,
you walked out?
Yeah, I ain't even go in. I just opened the door and was like, bro, I'm tweaking. I know I'm hearing something crazy. I just walked back to the spot.
What was it about it that made you feel that way?
I don't know. It just felt like I felt something on my chest. I can't even say my spirit at that time. It was like I felt something on my chest or like my mind.
Yeah.
That like I needed to go there or I needed to like see what that joint was about because everything around me was failing. Like there was a lot of stuff failing. Like a lot of my bros dying. They going to prison. Like I'm just going through it. I'm still at the crib by myself most of the days. Like the hood just feels dry. Like it's just like, dang, what's next?
What's next?
I felt like that was just it was just something pulling me to there. And then like the second time I went in there. I'm sitting in the back. I think I just heard the word a little bit and I walked out like, all right, bet. Then the third time I went in there, I seen my plug in there and that junk like had just shook me, man. Like,
hold on.
Right, like this is like so my plug. Like
your third time you went to church, after you kind of struggling to go the first two times. Yeah. And this is for people who, obviously we're not here to glorify anything.
Right now.
But you saw your plug, your connect.
My plug,
was in the church.
Who served me was in there, and I'm like, whoa. He dapped me up and everything, but I was so shook. I'm like, dang, if he doing that, how is he in here? And it kind of made me feel like, dang, I might not got to be perfect to be in here.
Yes.
You feel me?
Damn.
It's crazy. That's how I knew it was.
That's just golden commentary, bro.
That was crazy.
You seeing your plug in church gave you the confidence to know that you ain't got to be perfect to be in the church.
Right. Because I was confused. I'm like, bro, what he doing in here, bro? Like,
if he need God,
right, like
definitely I need him too.
Nah, for real. It must be some. I was like, it must be something here I need. I'm gonna give this a chance, and then it just took off. Like I think
that's super dope. That, and no pun, but like the fact that the outcast of the world, the quote unquote lowest, what society deems as like the lowest of the world.
Right.
Most people in culture and in these streets, or just in general. They're looking for something. They're trying to find God. They're trying to connect.
Yeah.
They may not necessarily know how or who or the process, the religious language.
Right.
But they're trying to like find some type of peace and rest. They're trying to find a refuge.
Yeah, facts. Not facts.
Because I think life kind of shows us, and maybe like it was showing you like this it ain't safe out here.
Boy,
this is not it.
But watching your back 24 hours a day, I'm telling you, but you'll create something in you that you don't even know. Like.
Yeah.
I think when I first got off, I would tell somebody like, bro, this feel peaceful to be in this type of setting. Like I'm sitting around y'all and I feel safe. Like I don't got to question if bro gonna try me or what he on? Is he watching me? Like, it felt safe.
That's good.
And they didn't understand why I was saying that, but I was like, yeah, I just don't know, bro.
You don't know where you came from. And that's so dope. I mean, we obviously want to get into more in the next segment. I want to hear how you got into the music and using your gifts to serve in the church and in the ministry. But yeah, stay tuned, y'all. This is the 116 Life on Holy Culture Radio, Sirius Channel 154. I'm here with my little brother, my little bro, BigBreeze.
No cap.
Rich Christians.
For sure.
All right, we'll be right back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. This is the 116 Life on Holy Culture Radio, Sirius Channel 154. I'm your host, Ace Harris, here with...
Hey, man. Second to the biggest, man. It's BigBreeze.
Let's go.
For sure.
Just hearing you talk about your testimony of seeing your, being in that church and seeing people in there that, was even supposed to be in there.
Right.
And it changing your life. Fast forward a little bit because I want to get into the music. So you obviously start walking with the Lord or pursuing the Lord.
Yeah.
Talk about that moment and how that led you into music and kind of how you got.
I feel like God knew. Like God, I'm gonna tell you, God know who you are. He know every child he got. So he knew how my mind worked. Like if he don't keep me inconsistent, not saying he not, but if he don't keep me inconsistent and showing me like or guiding me in that direction. So like after I seen that, I was going to that church. I probably went to that church probably like 2-3 more times, and I met one of my little buddies from high school, from the first high school before I got kicked out. We was he seen him on the MARTA bus. Was on the bus. Yeah. I like, bro, what's happening? We got a link with we ended up linking up, chiefing, you feel me? Smoking, but I'm still going to church. And he was like, bro, you want to come to church with me? I'm like, what? You go to church? That's crazy, right? Like, like, well, all right, bro. Yeah, I like, I go to this church up here. So I end up going to his church, man. And I met the pastor, and the pastor was just so cool, bro. I feel like it was like talking like how we talking. It was like no judgment. I feel like he ain't looking at me a certain type of way. He just accepted me for who I am. And that type, I wasn't used to that type of like, especially from that type of world. I wasn't used to that. So I was like, dang, all right, this might be it. So I started going to that church, and I think the second time when I let him hear my music, I was telling him I do music, but I was still doing worldly music. And he was just like, man, but what you do it for? I'm like, I'm trying to get some money. You feel? I'm trying to make this go.
Been trying to get some money.
Right, you feel? I'm trying to make this go. He was like, no, you got to have a purpose. Figure out the purpose behind it. Like, And he started going and telling me who Jesus was and God. They challenged me, like, man, I want you to do a Christian song. Like, go try to do one. And then next Sunday, let me hear it. So went to the crib. I was recording myself. Went and did like a little quick little song. I think what I said, I got the spirit on me. I think that's all I kept saying. And then I was rapping it. And then I came back, played it for him. He like, man, I want you to perform this. I'm like, when, right now? He like, yeah, right now. This is a small church. And I did it. Them folks going crazy. And then at that moment, I was wrestling in my spirit. I had another secular song out that was doing pretty good.
In the streets?
Right, in the streets. It was doing pretty good. But God had a knot in my stomach. And was like deleted, and I'm like, dang, bro, it's going crazy. But then I did another Christian song, and I felt peace. I was like, you know what, bro? I felt too much peace in this, and I know I don't feel peace in that, so I know this is the right. That's just me being common sense. Like this got to be the right way.
For sure.
You feel me?
That's got to be tough though. Still, like, because sometimes like the allure of the world, bro. Having motion in music is not hard to get.
Nah, facts.
And to like. Because you didn't really have any emotion your Christian music wasn't necessarily like, it wasn't scaling or like having like commercial impact at the time. But you were finding peace in it just in making it.
Yeah, just because I was fresh. I was like, man, this is new. So I'm like, I can talk about something that I can talk about something different, and I don't got to talk about something I don't want to live no more. That was like the difference, you feel me? And I took some nails, because a lot of my bros like, bro, you tripping, bro. Like, but you can still do this and you can still do that. You feel me? Like, that was a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, part of me like, yeah, you're right. But then it's like, nah, I know. I feel convicted every time I try to do music like that.
What do you say to some people, some artists out there who, like, because you weren't looking for like any like plaques or like when you started making music for the Lord, it was just like out of the goodness and kindness of your heart, right? I mean, you didn't have like, I'm trying to get.
Nah, I ain't even real talk. I was like, man, I might be the only one doing this. Like,
I'm the only Christian rapper,
right? No doubt.
Ain't nobody else.
I think I heard like my buddy was playing like KB or Cray, and I'm like, it's cool, but it just wasn't resonating with me. I'm being so honest, it was not resonating.
I'm laughing from ear to ear because sometimes in our space we have like people that literally from like, the street culture, like. It's a different thing sonically, like to put it's not for everybody. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right,
the Christian hip hop that is most popular isn't necessarily for everybody.
Right.
And I felt like say more about why it didn't resonate with you.
It just was. I'm used to like ratchet 808s, man. Something that's gonna get me in that mode to want to just go crazy, want to just turn up, want to feel good. So I'm just like, man, God, you know, like, and you got to give me something. So then that's when I start like really trying to really create Christian music, like really try to do it. I'm locking in one of my producers that I met in music school, and I'm like, bro, send me just something crazy, anything. He like, bro, I thought you was on this wave. I'm like, bro, I am, but just send it. And then I think I did Ball Forever. Cause I was in the time where I couldn't rap. I was like, bro, I can't rap. I can't think of nothing. And I'm like, God, if you want me to do this, you gotta show me. And he let me do Ball Forever. Like I wasn't writing, it just came off the top. And I did it, and that boy KB comment under that junk. And that junk like went crazy.
He called
like,
you like
he commented, he was like, bro, this hard. Like, and I didn't even really know who bro was at the time. And I think this when I was getting close with like Scooty and Godfrey and them boys comment like, but you know, KB just comment on your stuff, woo woo. And I'm just like,
that's crazy.
That's crazy. Like,
were you like you had it out on like platforms and you was promoting it?
Yeah, I had it out, but it's like I think I'll make a post and it was out. I believe it was out. Yeah, it was out everywhere. But I wasn't heavy. I wasn't really heavy on just dropping
somehow
stuff.
It landed on KB's radar.
Right. Somehow that boy seen it and he commented on it.
That's
and
funny.
I was like,
the same person you weren't trying to check for came for you.
Crazy, right? You feel me? Like, that was crazy.
And were you like at that moment trying to like create a career, or are you just doing it out of like just pure artistry? What was your mindset?
I think at that moment, I did feel like I was trying to create a career because I felt like man, I probably can. My mind back then, y'all, I just want to put that out there. Back then,
disclaimer.
I was like, man, I can make money off of this, bro. This probably can go crazy because I ain't think nobody was doing it because from what I know of from my area, ain't nobody trying to do that.
Right.
Or you feel me, around the world that people that look like me or come out like me, they not doing that. So I'm like, it ain't that many people. I probably can make money, make some millions off of this.
Right.
But fast forward, as you mature and understand who Christ is, you get a better like understanding of me, and like I don't even really care about the money because he made me like, bro, you gonna be blessed even if you got the money or not. And he showed it through my whole career and my life. Just for me to be where I'm at right now, like to see what I seen and to like fast forward to be here is just, it's crazy, bro. Like it's God.
Yeah, I mean you definitely like the fact that you stood out. I mean, I think I started hearing about your stuff. I think I was just scrolling and then, I mean, this is like probably it's not too long ago because you're relatively new to making like Christian hip hop. Would you say that? I mean,
definitely. I think I really started taking it serious in like 2020 or 2019, 2020.
Yeah, it's like you fresh in really, bro.
But I knew like, and just like the birth of the sound that I had, I knew that was gonna impact. Like it started like when that Ball Forever happened. I was like, okay. Yeah. My bro's like, oh, we got to get on that. And then I start seeing more type of trap feels and this and that. Like, shout out to the OGs. I didn't really know the back culture of like, you feel me? So it's people that I just learned about. But like, I know like this new age, like a lot of birth was just from like that. Just me trying to just like, man, I'm trying to create this sound. And,
I mean, speaking of the sound a little bit, you from Atlanta. Like, you like literally from the trap culture, making trap music.
Right.
How did it feel? The guy, like a lyric like Ball Forever, did you find your stride? Like, yo, I can infuse my faith, but still keep it saucy and reflective of the culture I came from. Did that kind of click for you, or like? I'm
telling you, like, God was like, it was like, bro, whatever you doing over here, I can make good for mine. Because I always like, you could ask one of my mentors named CJ. I was like, bro, I was like, bro, I feel like I can be the QC in this Christian job. That's really was my mind, because I was like, bro, I know me. I love wearing jewelry. I love being fresh, but I love the Lord. So, and I know people gonna crucify me this. You feel me? I want to drive a Christ can. I don't want to drive no Toyota Corolla. Like, and I'm not knocking nobody who do, but that's just me.
I drive a Toyota Corolla, brother.
Nah, man.
I'm just kidding. I identify. I mean, I think what's really dope about you, even other artists who come from where you come from, is like this pressure to like, I mean, there's actually a bigger conversation that happened online, but we ain't gonna get into that righteous and ratchet. But just the idea that you have to forfeit some of the cultural things that you identify with to find the Lord, as long as those things aren't necessarily sinful, degrading, or anti-Christ, I think you can still redeem some of it.
Right.
And God ain't necessarily trying to put you in like a button up, and you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
like, talk about
like,
that a little bit.
That was like the whole thing. Like, you can call my boy right now. I was like, bro, I gotta dress how I dress, bro, because I feel like people looked at you like, if you dress like this, boy, you don't love God. How you gonna tell me? This don't have nothing to do with my love for Christ. Like, he accepted me like this. He's the one telling me to be like this because it's breaking down barriers. Like, it broke. So I broke down so many barriers, even like with, I think I was, even like with Rapzilla and all that, like just getting the music in this space, like a lot of people weren't trying to accept it because of the ratchetness of they was listening to the production before they listened to the words. And you know how that goes. So they like, nah, boy, this ain't, I'm like, and I kept pushing it like, nah, listen, bro, this is him. The 808's him crazy, but the Lord love me. I'm saying it in there. Like, you feel me? Like,
I love that about you. You seem like unapologetic about it.
Nah, for sure,
and
bro.
I didn't know you was facing that much like backlash.
Yeah, it's like I was trying to but I was trying to push it in certain areas, not even just Rapzilla. Like, you feel me? Rapzilla, they showed love. Because when I did Superfly, they just knew it one-on-ones and they took it. You feel me? Because the fans were loving it.
Yeah.
And they rock with it. So you feel me? But first starting out, just like, dang, they was a lot of people, like, not even just that platform, but a lot of people just like, man, I don't think that's it. Or church people like, nah, that's just too much worldly, sound too woo-woo. And it's like, but y'all hear my heart? Do y'all hear my heart? Or y'all listening to what y'all think? Y'all assuming, and y'all just listen to the beat because it make you think about the world.
Which it's probably more reflection of people's own heart too. So talk about, I mean, obviously you connected with Scooty at the time. I mean, it's so fresh. I'm just like, it's kind of happened quick. I feel like
it happened, bro. Like, I cannot, man. This like God really moved this thing so quick. Like, it was happening so quick, but that means you just got to be more faithful. Like, I just kept surrendering. Like, no matter what, I'm not perfect. I was messing up, but he kept saying, just keep going and trusting in me. I got you. Because what I'm doing for you right now is causing a lot of people to, like, it's ruffling feathers, but it is also touching people that didn't know that they can love Jesus and look like me. Yeah. If that makes sense.
No, for sure. I remember it's like 2020 around this time. I was in Studio D with Andy, and I was like, yo, check out this dude, BigBreeze. He's like, yo, I kind of already been, we just went on a little rabbit trail, like listening to your music. And I think I DM'd you around that same time, like, yo, just tapping in. Cause I was just like, we were just like encouraged and interested in seeing like an authentic voice from the culture of like hip hop and trap that's like expressing their faith in Christ.
Right. Nah, fact.
Because sometimes you hear, versions of it that don't feel as authentic.
Right.
For whatever reason, I'm not here to like downplay those who don't, but I'm just like, I was like, you hear that? We was just like, yo, you hear that? Don't sound like it's from, but it sound like Future could be on this track. You know what I'm saying? That's from like, and then we heard it, and then obviously he tapped in. And how did that feel to kind of start getting love from like, bigger artists? And I mean, KB had already tapped in at the time, but still like.
I feel like it kind of like when it made me go do my research. I'm like, let me see. Because even when you tapped in, I didn't even really know all the way who you was until it was somebody else told me. And they were like, bro, that's Ace. Like, I'm like, let me go. I think I hopped on Twitter or something, and I was just looking up. Like,
I think that's dope, though.
Who this is. And then like Andy tapped in. Like, I shout out to Andy, bro, for the love.
Shout out Andy, bro.
So many people around me was going crazy. I'm like, bro, I mean, I think bro cool. But they like, nah, bro, that's a legend. That's a woo-woo. I'm like, oh, all right, okay, cool, bro. Like,
I love that about you, Breeze. You definitely carry yourself in a way where like, you're not fazed by that.
Nah, man, cause
Breeze, you're always yourself anywhere I see you, man. Like, you're not fazed by the. Maybe I don't know. Is that based on how you was raised, your background? Like,
man, I just want everybody. I want to be comfortable, so I want everybody else to be comfortable. And I feel like I can't change who I am just because somebody might got a higher status. That's fact. They got more money. I can't. I'm gonna just be me. Like, if they accept me for who I am, cool. If they don't, hey, it is what it is.
I love that, man. We got so much to get into in the next segment, man. We're gonna get into more of the songs, the music, and everything you got working on now. This is the 116 Life on Holy Culture Radio, Sirius Channel 154. I'm your host, Ace Harris, here with my dog.
Hey, man, BigBreeze, man, Big Vert.
Rich Christians. All right, be right back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. This is the 116 Life on Holy Culture Radio, Sirius Channel 154. I'm your host, Ace Harris, here with my dog, Atlanta's own.
Hey, BigBreeze, man.
Talk about it. What's up, man?
What's
you
good?
You just a cool brother. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You just, you always, even kill.
Yeah.
You don't seem very stressed or too worried. You kind of just move like guys got this type vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Got to. What else I'm gonna do? Like,
yeah, I feel that.
I can't do it,
bro. Ain't gonna lie. You drop a lot of music.
Because
talk about that, man.
I tell people, like, people say that, and I be like, because I actually love doing it. I get like a high off of creating, like maybe something like I might have did a crazy sound or a crazy ad lib or said something crazy in this. I'm like,
yeah,
I want to keep doing it, like keep getting that feel. Like, I love that feel.
You really love the craft?
Nah, I love the craft of it. I love it, like trying new sounds, and like people don't know I engineer like 95, 98% of my own music. So like, I be in there just trying new stuff. Like, let me see what this reverb sound like on this, stuff like that. Just because I know when I go in a studio, a bigger studio, and somebody else doing my vocals, and I'm trying to be creative, I could just tell them like, nah, let's try this, let's try that.
I think that's dope. Like you just like, even from a marketplace standpoint, you can't be forgotten. You just keep coming with like content. And this is dope. I mean, even like the Breezy Outta Here project was one of my, I remember I was talking to you about that. That jump was, like, you took that rage and that energy, you took it to a new level.
Different one.
Talk about that project and what went into that.
Shout out to my brother Jay Boski. Like,
Jay Boski?
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
That's like my brother, like, for real. He believed in me, like, and just we was at Scott Freedom Church when it was over there on like Simpson.
Yeah.
We was just over there.
You mean cooking. Joseph E. Boone? No,
Joseph E. Boone. Like,
it's the best real Atlanta right
bro,
there.
We was on there just cooking. I was like, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to go rage. And he was like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, let's try a different sound. Because I know that sound. I introduce people to sounds that they probably don't think could be in this space, but it can be. So
you was on it early though.
Right. Just being creative and like, bro, just like, man, I want to try something different. Let's play with this, do some up-tempo type of situations, heavy beats, crazy, and just take it there. So when people hear it, they can't do nothing but like mosh in the crowd or just.
And sometimes people like, in a way, I mean, obviously your content is always fresh, but lyrically, sonically, vocally, sometimes you got to kind of lean in to understand.
Right.
Have you faced criticism from that?
Oh, yeah, all the time. They be like, I don't know what you said, but it's crazy. But and then that also pushes me though, as an artist, to like, maybe let me clean it up. I can still swag it, but let me clean it up a little bit better. I feel like over the years I've been getting way better and better, but
is that,
part of it is like, it's me though. It's like, I want it to be like that. Even working with Biz, like, that's Brody. That's like, man, I rock with Biz. He be like, man, some of this sound little. I'm like, I'm doing it on purpose. Like, I don't want it too clean. Like, let's leave it a little muddy. I think there's something
about that artistically. Especially in Christian hip hop, content is like our distinction. Yeah. What you saying, what are you talking about? However, in trap music, sometimes it's about the wave and the feel. How do you reconcile the two when it's like something needs to feel wavy and super expressive, but content needs to be clear? How do you find that balance?
First, I pray. Like, of course, I'm like, God, lead the song. But I also think about the people. I try to come from a standpoint of where, like, I know the hood gonna feel this, but I need the church to understand this. You feel me? That's so good. How can I mesh it? And then we just go in there like a scientist, get the tweaking and like moving stuff side to side and maybe recutting a couple stuff, but leaving some stuff like mumblish. Like,
sure.
And then I feel like Peachtree was a good one. I kind of really didn't like Peachtree because I feel like it sounded too clean. But when I started like listen, I'm like, dang, it's still me though. It's still like, I still feel like me. But it was like, that song was a relatable song to like both sides.
For sure.
And it showed me that though. I'm like, man, I don't think the hood gonna rock with this. Like, it just, but they really was like, oh no, it's hard, bro. It's like, it got that bounce to it though.
I mean, you said it perfectly. Breeze, you make music that the hood can feel, but the church can understand.
Yeah.
And maybe some of the kind of gatekeeper Christian community, it ain't necessarily for them to understand.
Facts.
Because do you feel like you are creating it for the hood to feel it first?
Right. Nah, because
talk about that.
Because, bro, I be like, bro, y'all saved already, bro. Like, y'all listening to this for enjoyment. I'm trying to save my bro or my sis out here. I'm trying to bring them to this side. Like, come see this light. You feel me? Look what he did for me. He can do it for you. I ain't pressuring it on you, but I'm trying to tell you, like, the beautifulness in this, like, this walk. Like, it ain't easy, but is better than what we doing out over there on that side. When we geeking out, tweaking out, like crashing out, like, and trying to come back, trying to get back right. Yeah. But we got something to lean on when you come to this side to get back right.
Yeah, and even like thinking about that, man, like back to your consistency. For those who are obviously fans of the 116 movement, Reach Records, and the playlist, and people been seeing you on so much stuff. I mean, obviously, sometimes people be asking me. I've had this comment come to me. I don't know how you feel about it, but how Breeze on everything.
Nah, for real. But like,
okay. I mean, what
go ahead. Nah, go ahead. What you think?
I mean, sometimes, bro. Yes, we have a job to platform other artists and endear our fans to new faces and spaces, which I think is great. Right. And sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you. Some people I just like. Yeah. I like them personally. I like them musically. Yeah. And so I'm going to help them because I like them. Yeah. And that's okay. That. And that doesn't mean I'm not gonna help certain people that are new. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I'm gonna put Breeze on because that's my dog. Like, and I also think what you do, I want a record like Peace You to be on the first track. Right. Because I want some of the people who are naysayers of like trap music and authentic culture. Right. I want them to be caught off guard a little bit. Nah, facts. I want them to be made a little uncomfortable. I think what you offer is just, it's needed. You know what I'm saying?
Fact, but even shout out to you. Like, I don't want people to think it just be sweet. Ace would definitely be on my back. Like, nah, that ain't it, bro. That's not it. Shoot again, shoot again, shoot again. Yeah. It's not easy, and shout out to you, like even over my career, I can say you have helped me like become a better person, a better artist, like pushing me, even with Tesla, that pushed me.
Talk about the Tesla experience.
That pushed me so much out of my zone. Cause I remember like we was texting back to back conversation. I'm like, dang, I done sent Ace like 20 songs. And he telling me like, he giving me like, bro, I feel good about this one, but I just don't know. And I remember, I'm like, dang, bro, this might not be it. But I remember the night before I came to the studio, I was on a game with the bros, and I just kept saying, yeah, sure, Tesla. Like, I'm playing around with that. And I come in with Velo. You like, bro, just do whatever. You know how you be, just do whatever, create. And Velo just doing some trap stuff. I'm like, nah, bro, let's do a guitar song. Yeah. So I was just like, bro, just do a guitar. And I think he was playing around with a country one. I was like, bro, that one, let's do it. He probably added like a drum. It was so simple at first. You remember, it was like simple. And I just got on there saying, yeah, sure, bread. And then it just went. And I was like, dang, this would be the one though. Like, but it pushed me in a different place where I can understand like what this record could do and how it sounded sonically. Like, it's like a cleaner feeling. It's like maybe a soccer mom can ride to this one. You feel me?
I mean, speaking of soccer mom, at the Holy Smoke Fest, where I wasn't on there the day you were performing, but we were in the crowd, me and you kicking it, we were seeing Tori perform, seeing John perform. Right. You said soccer mom. And this is why it's important for me to platform certain artists on the playlist and even being here. Right. Literally, no lie. Yo, millennial soccer mom of Caucasian, just, white woman, no shade, literally.
Nah, facts.
With her bro comes up, Breeze, look like she's like a fan. I think she got your autograph or something, bro.
Yeah, like.
And I was like, great, because I want other voices from other cultures to be immersed in Christian music to show, other communities that, it don't got to look a certain kind of way. It can look a lot of different ways and have diversity. And that was a moment that kind of was like, I was in my head, I was like, yes. You know what I'm saying?
That's big. Not as big though, like, because I do feel like even people look at this a certain type of way. Sure. That's why I always keep telling people, like, they be like, bro, why you got to change? Why you got to? Because I'm here to break stuff that people think that it's supposed to be. Christ is all of us, how we look. Yeah. You feel me? How he looked, how she looked. He raised like that. He raised in a great home. He raised in a poor home. They both love God. That shouldn't have nothing to do with how they look. We got a purpose at the end. I think people forget that we all trying to have that purpose at the end and serve that one at the end. Like, if my brother's struggling, I'm gonna say something, but I'm not gonna judge him. That's what I really don't. I want people to like stop judging. Don't try to shadow your kids from certain people because you feel like with certain Christian artists because you feel like they're not pushing the right message. Maybe you dive in and see what he really about or where his heart really is, and then redirect it.
That's good. That's good. I mean, you got the Rich Christians merch on. You got
man.
So I know we talked about it a little bit, but just for the people to understand what does it mean to embody that? Because this is obviously the 116 life where we talk about faith, culture, music, and we try to like have conversations around those three things and give diversity and space for people to embody that the way they are uniquely made and not it be like one type of person. What does it mean when you say rich Christian versus what people think it means?
Man, you know people think it's about the money. Like I say, if you cool and you a Christian, you rich, okay, cool. But it ain't even about the money. Like I told, me and Ace was talking, like in the world, I used to love money. I was trying to get it. Like, I used to dream about it, pray about it. Like, God, come on, give me some money or something. But when I got at this side, he always took everything that I was trying to idolize on that side and bring it to this side for a greater good. So I was like, it was like, I remember he gave it to me like I was a date. It was like in my thoughts, rich Christians. And I'm like, dang, what this gonna mean? I know they gonna crucify me. And he just started saying, man, you reading your word a lot, right? You overflowing in your word, you overflowing in my blood. You're rich in your spirit for me. That's a rich Christian. You want to wake up feeling rich. When you wake up feeling just good, like rich, you feel like your day gonna be great.
Sure.
Your week might be just awesome that week because you got that type of feeling. So I try to spread that message like we all should be rich Christians, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't about the money. It's not about the money. It's about the heart.
Say that for 1,000 times.
It's not about the money. It's about the heart. Okay, cool, you got money, cool, but it's about the heart. It's about overflowing in your word, overflowing in your prayer. You feel me? Like overflowing with just yelling out his name.
The
like,
riches of God.
You feel me? The riches of God.
The riches and the richness.
The blessings. Like, you feel me? Like just the that's a rich Christian.
That's a rich Christian. Thank you for clearing that up. I just wanted to, I mean, I obviously we here, but I just think sometimes people just have a limited view of what it can look like. And it's good for us to over-explain.
Facts.
So that, you know, that there could be another soccer mom or another person that walks up and is like, helps, that sees the world differently because of the way you carry yourself and make your music. Speaking of like, you know, tapping into other cultures, meeting new fans, you on the Beautiful tour.
The Beautiful tour. Shout out to my brother Hovey, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
How does it feel? How's that going, man?
Man, it's going great. Like, of course, tour is gonna be tour. You feel me? Some stuff gonna happen, but it has made me a better person, I would say. Like, receiving love in a different way because, man, it's like I was telling somebody, I was like, bro, it's just a lot of hugs are given. And for me, from a guy who, like, I don't come from that type of background. Really? I don't really like being like touched and things like that.
All right, little baby.
Not like, but for real, even when I first started going to church, when I was getting hugs, I was like, bro, why they hugging me, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, it's weird. But me, I'm opening up more. Like, God's put me in these positions for a reason, in these places to break some things into, you feel me, elevate me more too. So just like the different type of love just receiving on this tour, like even just different type of fans, like try to hurry up quick say this, like we was in VA, man. Really like just the kid named Drew, he on tour. Drew talks to everybody. Drew like is a talker. He's gonna talk to the random person. So he outside playing with the other guy, Malachi, but it's a car parked beside the bus and he trying to tell the guy to move. The guy's angry. Guy like cussing out. I'm like, bro, why would I move my car? Drew's just Drew. He gets in the car with the guy. Starts talking like he gets in the car. He's just him. He starts talking to the guy. Guy just breaking down. Just like, man, my girlfriend broke up with me with Drew. Like, let me pray for you. Drew praying for him. The guy was like, man, this is crazy. I was just finna go home and kill myself, bro. So this funny part though. So Drew come back in with some cookies. So I'm like, I eating the cookie, like these cookies busting, no cap. So I'm like, hey, Drew, go give me he telling me a story. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, Drew, go give me some cookies. So he go over there, FaceTime me right quick. I see the guy, and I can see he's still down. I'm just like, bro, I just want to send you some encouragement, bro. You got a purpose. Like, you are meant to be here. Like, we all go through a lot of things, but we meant to be here. He started breaking down, crying, like right there, bro. So I was like, instantly, Drew bring the cookies back. I'm on stage, great show, great night. I get off stage, like, man, I need to go. I got to go see bro. So Tori come off stage. I say, Tori, we got to go meet bro right quick. So when we get off the stage with Hovey, I'm like, I go out the back, go look for him. His manager sent him home, but he ended up coming over to the show, come to the back, man. I just embrace him, give him a hug. Like,
you gave him a hug.
I gave him a hug, bro. And like, I remember just weeping like a baby, praying over him, telling him like, bro, you got a purpose. Like, we men, we all been heartbroken. Like, a woman can tear us down, but I was like, bro, I said, God probably removing her because he needs you to be closer. think about that, because he just couldn't understand and wrap his mind around, like, why would a good girl be took away from him and things like that. And I was like, bro, you thinking about that, but God thinking about something bigger. And he's like, dang, y'all met me on my worst day. I said, God met you on your worst day. You feel me?
Talk about it, bro.
We don't. I was telling, and then this, I'm gonna wrap it up.
No,
it was like we praying, me and Tori praying, Tori preaching the gospel to him. I'm praying over him, and I'm just praying. I remember praying for community, and then I remember I could see, because my eyes always just looking at my surroundings. It's just me.
Sure.
I seen some guys like come around, so I'm like, all right, cool, that's some fans. And then we still praying. We coming out of prayer. I see the guys behind us praying for him. And like I say, I'm praying for community, because I'm telling bro, like, I got you, bro. I got your back. I'm here. Tap in. Drew get his number. And the guys come over. They give him a hug. We all give him a hug again. And then the guys was like, man, I actually stay over here, bro. I stay down here. Woo, woo. I stay like 20 minutes away from you. I'm like, look how God worked. That's community right there, bro. Make sure you get his number, bro. You got brothers everywhere. I had to keep telling him that, bro. Just
it was right around the corner.
Right around. They walked around, bro. That was so crazy. They walked around, because he was like, bro, I had a feeling I had to go get something out of my car, because I'm going back to the show. I was like, moments, I was telling Tori, moments like that don't never happen, bro. So I know God had.
And the fact that you offered a hug when you were having, you said you've been struggling like receiving the hug, because this is how you was raised and brought up, like.
Right, yeah, that was just,
I mean, the gospel, it breaks down our walls, fam. It just, real, from the hardest dude, from.
For real, bro.
And it connects us to a new family.
Facts.
And I think, it's good hearing you share that, man. And even for all your fans, for your family out there, man, what's one thing you want to say to them, like, as we wrap up? Anything you want to say to just encourage people,
man. Hey, I love God first and foremost, no matter how I look. Yes, I look fresh, I look cool. I say this on stage because I want them to know, like, I know I look like this, but I love God. And I wouldn't be here without him. I'm not just saying it because it sounds good, but I mean it.
Yeah.
Like, I come from the trenches. I come from poverty. My mama tried. You feel me? You feel me? She tried, but in the end, I went through a lot, but I wouldn't be here without God. Like,
man,
especially this position, especially on tour with Hovey. I tell Hovey, thank you, like, every night. He be like, bro, you tripping. I'm like, nah, bro, if you seen what I seen, and then I couldn't see this. Like, I couldn't see myself on a platform in front of these people. You feel me? In front of different cultures, like, spreading the gospel. Like, I was just talking to my best friend. I'm like, you remember we was in high school? You think I'd be like this? She's like, no. So I thank him every day. I thank Morgan. I'd be like, bro,
shout out Morgan.
Shout out Morgan. Like, I was like, you could have told him no. He was laughing. He like, man, I would have. I'm like, I get that, but it's some people out there that be like, nah, not him. We can do somebody else. You feel me? So I really thank those guys, because boy,
you could have been. You could be a lot of different places, but bro, you here, man. God made a way. No Rich child. Christians, Vert Mob, BigBreeze, Atlanta. Man, this is a great taping, man. Definitely. Check out all his music on socials. So, too much to name drop and list. But we gotta wrap it up. This is the 116 Life on Holy Culture Radio, Sirius Channel 154. I'm your host, Ace Harris. Me and BigBreeze signing off, y'all. Catch y'all next time.